Sexy, daring, and innovative, we've all seen the show and heard the rumors. But what really happened to lead up to the tragic end of Xtremely Xtreme? Go behind the scenes with us as we unravel the true story on True Reality Stories. In the fall of 2002, producer Kirby Doom was cashing in on the reality show phenomenon. He created Xtremely Xtreme. 4 young people living together and competing together, accepting daily challenges created by the show's producers.
Well, I was looking forward to something that would challenge my soul as well as my spirit, but I wanted it to be a great positive experience, you know?
Well, actually, I was there to deliver a package that day, but they offered me this job, so I was like, okay.
I wasn't too wild about doing this reality TV show, but I needed the money, and I heard about the cash prize, so I decided to do it.
And the last contestant, destined to be the most famous, was Scott Benson, an unemployed bowling attendant from Milpitas, California.
Yeah, he's a good guy, you know, he used to work with me here at the club. We were out drinking the night that we found out he got in. He was so happy he just about forgot about all the burns on his back.
I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, this kind of stuff is always happening to him. He's such a spaz.
You know, when I first came on, I thought it would be a blast, like league night at the alley. I never thought anything like this could happen. I was lied to, very much deceived.
We had over 37 cases pending against a variety of corporate malefactors, against Walmart, against Spalding for that volleyball incident, and against Zippo lighters.
He and his lawyer are always working. I think he's been living on his settlement money for the past 3 years.
Well, after I broke up with Lauren, I wasn't really doing anything, so I figured, what the hell, I'll give it a shot.
When I was dating Scott, I was scalded, I was stabbed, and he lit my freaking Christmas tree on fire and almost burned down the whole house. I mean, it's not like he's a bad guy or anything, it's just that he's a lightning rod.
I wanted to be on TV. Hey, what's the worst that could happen?
Fresh from the success of the wildly popular and sometimes controversial Japanese game show Doom Donut, Doom wanted to bring the drama of MTV's Real World to the adrenaline-pumped mayhem of Fear Factor. The result, Xtremely Xtreme.
Yeah, actually, we worked as a team together, but it was more in a competitive way.
They had us trained like dogs.
Just to watch Scott do the most humiliating, menial, retarded things was so funny. I mean, the show's okay on its own, right? But Scott is the star.
You know, I think Scott really found his niche on that show. I mean, who else is gonna paw through medical waste? You do the craziest things on that show. You know, it's the type of stuff you do after smoking a couple of holes.
Oh, we did everything. We did the tire thing, we did the thing with the medical waste, we did the naked cake thing.
Oh, the naked cake?
I don't want to talk about the naked cake.
Naked cake.
Whatever.
Alright, so each challenge would have a certain amount of points, right? And each of the contestants would do the challenges and so get these points. And Scott, you see, he was having a little bit of trouble with the challenges, so he couldn't get the points. So he didn't have many points, you know?
Now that I think about it, Scott had -8 points.
Well, on the one that went wrong, we figured Scott was due to succeed at something, so we figured, well, he's about due.
After the bridge thing, we should have known. Scott is a complete idiot.
I found the clue! It says, leave the bridge when I swish, so you can catch the golden fish.
Hey!
Don't forget your bungee cord, or you go to meet your lord.
Oh, that must mean there's a bungee cord around here somewhere.
Okay, I got it! Where's Scott?
Okay. Well, they say I beat the odds. They say 1 in 1,000 people survives the fall from that bridge. Guess I'm just blessed.
God hates him.
During a shoot, the cast and crew become extremely close, and Scott certainly was no exception to
Producers absolutely loved him. And then this.
I thought things were going okay.
Next on True Reality Stories, the final episode of Xtremely Xtreme. Scott Benson, bowling attendant, TV star. He had the world in his pocket until the final fateful episode.
Well, in retrospect, Scott was an accident waiting to happen.
The challenge on that episode, don't really quite know what the point of it was. I think they dumbed it down for him a little bit.
They put you in this little room and it was really dark, and they would lock you up, and basically you had to figure out how to get out, and no one really knew how to get out.
It wasn't exactly rocket science.
It was to test his willpower and his strength, and, well, they gave him a key.
They tested that challenge with one of the other contestants, and she did it easily.
They put this blindfold on you, and they put you in this dark room. And I found this key in like 5 seconds. It was really easy.
But it took him like 3 days to figure it out?
I knew he was gonna die in there.
They left my client in that room for 3 days. Shameful.
So what happened to cause the cancellation of Xtremely Xtreme?
They would give you this clue, and it usually rhymed, and you had to figure out like what the clue meant, and you would put it together, like how to figure out how to get out of the room.
They said, in the darkness, cut your hand off. I'm sure that was the clue.
Oh.
At no point was it suggested that anyone hurt themselves.
Oh, it was, in the darkness you must stand,
In the dark, get a hand filled with sand, something like that.
In the darkness you must stand until you find a helping hand.
I don't know. I don't remember.
The cameras had been running 24 hours a day for 3 days. There was starting to be a few production problems, and we thought, what harm could it do to put Scott in a room by himself?
Shameful.
it was all over when he found the tools.
Somebody left this toolbox in there, and there is a saw. This could have only happened to Scott.
We never got to see this part. It never aired.
I know what you want. Surprisingly, it hurt a lot more than I thought it would.
Well, if you think about it, it was only a matter of time.
How am I supposed to make it into pro archery now?
Xtremely Xtreme was canceled immediately. Producer Kirby Doom was unavailable for comment as of this broadcast. So where are they now?
This is my cafe that I opened in the East Bay, and it's an awesome place. At night, she leaves and doesn't return. There's nothing left to hold on to. I also do spoken word poetry. Despaired, squished, gross. This is a progressive cafe. There's empty bag by the door and shoes that were never worn.
I'm gonna do this other TV show, and it's called Extreme Dating.
Like I said, it's really just like taking a big dump. You know, if you just...
I'm just trying to take it one day at a time.
I'm gonna study child psychology because I love children.
Change my hair. Little things. Try and distract myself.
What's for me this season on Sucker Punch? Loves between Will and Grace and ER every Thursday night.
I've been keeping busy. Reckless endangerment, wrongful imprisonment, emotional distress, and the hand thing.
Playing a lot of music.
I guess it's okay. I mean, wasn't he left-handed anyways?
He did it to himself. Plus, he did sign a release.
Getting a lot of
calls from Japanese reality TV shows. You know, who knows? Gotta pay the bills.
I also do weddings.